lose out on the hot women. They lose out on the career opportunities. They lose out on the big money. They lose out on fucking everything. And this has been a truism throughout history. The nice guy is an ideal, but you should never actually be a nice guy. You should pretend to be a nice guy. Oh yeah, sure. I mean, pretending to be a nice guy, absolutely. Pretend all you want, but when the rubber meets the road, when shit is getting heavy, don't be the fucking nice guy. Don't be the fucking nice guy. Don't be the guy who does the quote-unquote the right thing when it costs him, when it potentially can wreck you. Huh? Don't feel squeamish about being a son of a bitch, about being an asshole, when you want to get what you want, okay? Because nice guys, the nice guys always finish last. Yeah, they always do, yeah? And the crap that society, that our entire society and every society has always said that the nice guy, the good guy, the decent guy will get ahead, and the first shall be last and the last shall be first and the meek shall inherit the earth and all this shit. Well, it's all bullshit, okay? They are pleasant lies. And you who are young, you're a young man and you've been taught all your life to be a nice guy. Where has that gotten you? Has it gotten you laid? Has it gotten you pussy? Huh? I mean, not just any skanky-ass pussy, but I'm talking quality trim. Has it gotten you that, being nice? Yes or no? I'll bet not. I'll bet it's just the asshole chads who get the high-quality trim. And you're stuck with a fucking hairy palm, right? Why the fuck you think it is so? It is not because you are a bad man. No, it's because you're a nice guy that you're not getting the quality trim.
What's up, guys? I remember years ago, back when I was heavy into the whole pro-black movement, I used to associate with different groups. I used to hang out with, a lot of pro-blacks who were like so-called revolutionaries. I used to hang out with a lot of poets. I used to hang out with a lot of Moors, Black Hebrew Israelites. I used to hang out with Rastafarians, Nawabians, and a whole bunch of other pro-black groups. This was like long before Black Lives Matter. This like maybe like late 90s, early 2000 era when I used to hang out with a lot of pro-blacks. I still do every once in a while because I was like hippie in that social circle. So, but not as much as I used to. I kind of like backed away from it because a lot of them have this victim mentality. So I had like back away from it. And when I backed away from it, I discovered like a whole new social circle. Mainly like conservatives, black conservatives, libertarians, people like that. But back in I would say like in the late 90s, early 2000s, I used to associate with a lot of black conscious people, and particularly the Moors. I never was a card-carrying member of the Moors or anything like that, because you have like a lot of different Moorish organizations, like the Moorish Science Temple. You have Moors that deal more with the Native American indigenous thing, like the Washita and other Moorish organizations. Plus, you have the Wahabian Nation under Malachi York, which I was heavily involved with. But they weren't really like Moors in the sense of like the Moorish Science Temple, who are like straight up Moors. But I remember when I was into the Moorish thing, I forgot who said this. It could have been Brother Cheyenne of the Moor Kush. I'm not sure. But he said something that really stuck in my brain. Like I heard this years ago, but he said that there's a difference between a gentleman and a nobleman. And the way he broke it down was pretty much he was saying that if you're a gentleman, I don't know if this is like the true etymology of it, but he was saying something to the effect that gentleman comes from Gentile, the word Gentile, and so he said, don't call yourself a gentleman, call yourself a nobleman, like being noble, which is the proper term. And when he said that, that really stuck in my brain. I never really looked up the true etymology of gentleman, but he just said gentleman is short for Gentile. So, what I'm saying, when I heard that, I was like, hey, nigga, that's deep. But when I was thinking about that recently, if you plug that in with the whole thing with being red pilled, and the whole thing of anti-feminist, men standing up to themselves, standing up for themselves against this gynocentric world that we live in. Being a gentleman kind of equates to being a simp in a way, because because we were taught by single mothers, because most black men are raised by single moms, single mothers, single black mothers, and they led us astray when they were saying stuff like you gotta respect women, hold the door for them, ladies first, open the car door for them, and all this kind of stuff, what I'm saying? A lot of that stuff led us astray because actually the whole society teaches that, not just within the black community, but the whole general American society in general. Pretty much, we're taught as men to be gentlemen toward the women, be the nice guy, be the good guy, be clean cut, shave, wear a suit and tie, hold the door for the lady, open the car door for the lady, take out for coffee, stuff like that, saying we were taught the wrong way, even though we thought we were doing the right thing, and we didn't realize that, being that way put us in the category of either being a simp, a beta male, or being inside the friend zone. So that's why when we, us guys who are raised by single moms, single mothers, or raised by our aunties, raised by our grandmothers, or either raised by our simpish fathers who didn't know no better, we always end up being in the friend zone. We end up getting burned by women, trying to be the nice guy, and we assume that being a nice guy is how you get a woman's respect. But when you become red pilled, you'll find out quick that a lot of stuff we've been taught by television, media, romantic comedies, all that stuff we've been taught, because even when I was growing up, I always thought that and a lot of times the TV shows led us astray, because if you watch like TV sitcoms, TV shows in the past, the girl might say like, "Oh, the jocks, they're just so shallow. I want me a nice guy," and saying that by the end of the movie, something happens to the jock, they end up losing, and the girl ends up with the nice guy, and they live happily ever after, like a fairy tale storybook and stuff like that. But that's not reality. That's what I thought it was. But in reality, that's not the case, because even though on the TV shows, on the romantic comedies and stuff like that, the nice guy gets the girl at the end, that's not reality. That's just a script. I don't know who writes those kind of scripts. I don't know if women write them, gay men write them, or whatever. Hollywood, I don't know. But in reality, that's not the case in most cases, because women gravitate toward alpha males, and the beta males, or the simps, or the nice guys, end up being in the friend zone, 99.99% of the time, So the whole, I don't want to say teaching, but the whole notion of being a gentleman will automatically make a man a loser in the dating, scene, you know what I'm saying? So, but what I've learned is that instead of being a gentleman, just be a man, period. Because the whole term alpha and beta gets kind of played out. But there's one thing I learned is like there's a difference between being a good man versus being good at being a man. You can be a good man, but being a good man does not mean you're being a man. If you're a man, you gotta be assertive. What I'm saying, you gotta be I won't say aggressive, but be aggressive when need to be. Have the ability to defend yourself. Get ready to fight. What I'm saying, when you have to. Be unorthodox, be unpredictable. That's what I'm saying. Just of course, be responsible and all that kind of stuff. But don't get too overly emotional. Don't get attached. Don't get too attached to women. So you gotta be dominant. You gotta have to call the shots. What I'm saying? You're in control. That's what being a man means. But this whole concept of what society's teaching of being a quote unquote good man, it's pretty much saying that a man has to submit to women, submit to their feelings, submit to their emotions. What I'm saying? Take care of kids that are not his kids. All this kind of stuff. Just being a mama's boy, pretty much. So the whole idea of being a gentleman really is really a sabotage. What I'm saying? Just don't be a gentleman, be noble. Be a nobleman. Be strong, be assertive, be aggressive when need to be, and don't get so caught up in trying to be nice to women, like try to show them that you're sensitive, all this kind of stuff. Don't do that. What I'm saying? Just be a man. What I'm saying? Be strong. Be a leader. Be tough when need to be. And that's pretty much I had to say. What I'm saying? I don't want to make this video too long. But if you guys want to have some input, just comment below. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And check out my other videos. And peace out.